Hey, Topping Alliance Math and History, and we're gonna be looking at factoring polynomials, part 1, and it's nearing St. Patrick's Day, so happy St. Patrick's Day. So one of our strategies is gonna be literally based on the holiday. So, when you factor any kind of number, you are usually trying to find what numbers can be multiplied to get you that answer. For example, if we wanted to say, what are the factors of 60, then we can say that 1 and 60 is a factor, 2 and 30 is a factor, 3, 20, 4, 15, 5, 12, 6, 10. So these are all numbers that can be multiplied that will bring you 60. Like 1 times 60 equals 60. 2 times 30 equals 60. And so on. What I like to do is call this the rainbow strategy. And is based on St. Patrick's Day. Because let's try and find what the numbers can be multiplied into 100. So what factors go into 100? So there is 1 multiplied by 100 will bring you 100. 2 multiplied by 50 will bring you 100. Not 3, but 4 and 25 will bring you 100. 5 and 20 will bring you 100. If we use 10, 10, that is also going to bring you to 100. 10 times 10 is 100. So, what we're going to do right here to create a rainbow is we're going to mark 1 and 100 red. We're going to do this in red. Then, we're going to do 2 and 50 in orange. So 2 times 50 is going to bring you 100. We have yellow, and we're going to do 4 and 25. Which you can't really see. Now, let's do green, which is the St. Patrick's Day color. We're going to do 5 and 20. And finally, blue. That is going to be 10 multiplied by itself as being 10. So this is actually called the rainbow strategy. And when you are learning about this in school, your teacher will probably want you to find a greatest common factor. So we're going to put 100 as the greatest common factor. But usually, you would be doing that with 2 numbers. Here's an example. If you ever try to factor out the number 45 and see what numbers can be multiplied into 45, well, we can say 1 and 45 can be 1. Then we can say 3, 15 can be 1. We have 5 and 9 can be 1. So what we can do is make those a rainbow as well. So here are the factors for 45 that can be multiplied into 45. So when your teacher asks you to find the greatest common factor, you are trying to find what 2 of the same numbers can be multiplied at the greatest extent to 145. Well, there's 1, 5, and just 1 and 5 can be multiplied into 145. But when your teacher wants you to find the greatest common factor, you are trying to find what number could be multiplied that can bring you to both of these numbers at the greatest extent. Like 5 times 20 equals 100, and 5 times 9 equals 45. And these are the biggest numbers or greatest common factors you can find between the 2 numbers. The leprechaun hides the gold right behind or right at the greatest common factors. So look for the 2 greatest common factors in the rainbow. There are many other ways to find the greatest common factor. Type in the comments below how you try to do it or how you learned it. But what happens if instead of factoring just normal numbers, why do we have to factor these kinds? Well, with these kinds, we need to factor them to find out what numbers go into them and what the greatest common factors are. So with this one, we kind of do it the same way. When you have 16x plus 24, what you gotta do first is try and find what is the greatest common factor with 16 and 24. What 2 numbers can be multiplied into 16 and 24 but at their greatest extent? So one is we ignore the variable and push it aside so we can add it in later. So now we have to write the common factors for 16 and 24. So 1, 16, 2, 8, 4, 4. And when we do that, here we go with 24. 1, 24, 2, 12, 3, 8, 4, 6. And we did that too. Let's turn these into rainbows. So, we have a rainbow. So, what 2 numbers can be multiplied at their greatest extent to have 16 and 24? Well, what we see here is we have 8 here, and we also have 8 on this side right there. So the leprechaun probably left gold right there. So what we're going to write on the bottom for our new equation is, we're going to write 8 on the left because that is our greatest common factor. But how do we get to 16x plus 24? Well, we have to make another set of parentheses and write 2x plus 3. Because 8 times 2x will bring us 16x. And 8 times 3 is going to be a positive 24. Whoa! Check it out! We have the same exact expression as our answer and our question. So when you have that happen, that tells you that these 2 multiplied can get you this, and you have done your work correctly. And we found the pot of gold. We have just multiplied and found the 2 factors, or the 2 greatest common factors of our first polynomial. Thank you for watching Tao Ping Line's Math Industry. I hope this video has helped you. Happy St. Patrick's Day, like and subscribe.